Hi guys, my name is Faith, and in today's video we're doing my summer TBR video because I've only read like 2 books since I've been in college. So it's spring break right now, but I'm just gonna make this video early, and like once I get off of school, this TBR will officially start. And I brought a bunch of books from college. Some of these books are unread. I think like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So around 5 or 6 books are unread, and so we're gonna make a summer TBR video. How I'm gonna do it is, this is a jar thing that I made when I was in 5th grade, but inside of it is a bunch of papers with prompts. So I'm gonna go through each prompt, pick a couple of books that can follow that prompt, and then at the very end I'll tell you the official TBR. But like at first I'm gonna just like think through what I'm doing. So yeah, let's get started. It'll make more sense once I start actually doing it. So the first book we are going to read, let's see how much you guys can see. What does that say? I think it's clear. Old and young person. Okay. Old and young person. This is, oh yeah, plus don't mind my spelling because I wrote this out just like really quickly. I had it in my computer and then I just, just wrote it out. So an old and young person, I could either do this book, The 100 Years of Plenty and More Ago. I could do A Man Called O. If you guys can't see the book, I don't think I'm gonna do that book, so let's just keep this out unless I find another better prompt for this book. But like I do really want to read this book, so that's just like the book I was thinking of when I was writing the prompt. So yeah, next book, I want to pick a little small, what is it called, paper for my next book. Okay, what does that say? A brown book. I don't have it on my shelf right now, but I'm thinking of what is it called? The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. And again, I'm gonna like have an official like stack after this because I'm actually gonna pick things out and show you guys. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is there any other brown books in here? And when I say brown book, I mean majority brown. This is like green. There's too many colors here. What about Daisy's Jones and the Six? Well, I don't like this book, but no, I think I'm gonna stick with that book. Is this? No, this is black. I think that's what I'm gonna stick to, unless there's something here that I haven't picked out. I don't know, everything is blue, so I guess that's not gonna count for something. Okay, this book. What does that say? I'm looking through my view, is it called a viewfinder, something like that? Yellow. Yeah, a yellow book. Okay. My yellow book that I'm picking is, well, I'm really picking really fast because like I actually know like the books I want to read in. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna pick this one. I do want to read this, and if another like prompt is better for the thing, then I'm just gonna pick that book. But for now, I think we're going with this. Unless there's something better, we could also go with Roller Girl if it comes down to it. Okay, sorry guys, I had to blow my nose, and I also filmed another video. It's just like, why did I film another video while I'm filming this video? Because I just felt like it. Let me breathe. I had to go downstairs and blow my nose again because I'm actually getting sick, and I generally need to just film my last video and then keep it done. But okay, so yellow books, we have this book, and then we also have, I don't know if I have it here, but what is it called? Conversations with Friends. Those are the 2 yellow books that I could have in my list. Let me take everything down. Now let's get to the next book. Okay, we have, okay, what does that say? That's upside down. I'm trying to look through the binder. C1 book. A second book. Okay. Oops. A second book. I'm saying like a sophomore book by an author. So sophomore books. Sophomore books. What are, okay, we have 2 books. I guess. No, we have 3 books. Yes. Okay. Okay, yes. And then Little Fires Everywhere. I wanted to read all 3 of these books, so one of these books we have Little Fires Everywhere, we have Transcendent Kingdom, and we have O Sinners. I kind of don't want to read O Sinners right now. I feel like I'm reading this book probably this summer, so like I don't really need to read this summer. And it's like a really big book, unless I have like the prompt to read a big book. Even if I have a prompt to read a big book, I might end up reading The Women by Kristen Hanna, which is a new book that I haven't read before. But for now, let's put down Little Fires Everywhere. But at the same time, if I get like a family drama, then I'll just probably use that book. I don't know. Who knows though? Okay, next book. Okay, this is a small one. Let's see what it is. What's that say? Flowery writing. Oh, flowery writing. Wait, plus I'm picking 12 books. Did I not mention? Why did I not mention that in the beginning? I'm picking 12 books out for this summer because I want to read like at least 12 books this summer, and I feel like I need to have goals. And I said this about how I was doing the writing goals as well, because like college and just like I actually need a set, just like this is my goal instead of just like whatever. Flowery writing. Night Crawling has flowery writing. I'm not a fan. I liked this book well enough, but like, actually I don't remember, but I've read this book last year, and I read it the year before. I've read this twice, and do I really want to read it a third time? I don't know. Does this have a flowery writing? I really want to read good people. I don't know what the writing style is though, because I haven't read the book. Let's read like maybe the first sentence. Let's see. Let me read out loud. I can read like some of it. And our eyes fell on our children, little flowers in war and grown in war. Who of the world knew only the things war brought and the things they took? There's a little metaphor there, like little flower. Not metaphor. Yeah, little flowers. There's a little metaphor. I don't think it won't fly. Let me not cheat. I actually don't want to read that book though. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna choose later. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna go downstairs, just look through my books, because I kind of don't want to read this book. If I have to, I'll pick this book, but I really don't want to read it. Does Jossie have complicated? No, not complicated flowery writing. Let's just pick a sentence in the middle of the book. 2 referees in impractical cowboy hats waited for us as we pulled into the parking lot of the soccer fields. I don't know. I only know this person has flowery writing. We're gonna put it here. I don't really want to read it, but we'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way to undo that. I wish I hadn't gotten that, because that's like the one thing that I didn't want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things on the list down. Now let's get to the 6th, halfway through. Give me something good. What does that say? Camera focus. Okay. What is that saying? Is that upside down? What does that say? Mental health rep. Okay. Mental health rep. We are going with, we could go with Transcendent Kingdom, or we could go with, what's the book called? Conversations with Friends. I kind of want to reread Conversations with Friends this summer. At the same time, I really only like that book for just like one person and one person only. So I don't know. Let's put this. I don't think. And this book, the mental health rep, well, I guess, is the mom and also the brother. So we will put this down, but it can also be Conversations with Friends. So let's see the next book. So I guess the yellow book is probably going to be Carrie Soto is Back. If I do Conversations with Friends. Okay, the next book is, what is this? Focus, focus, focus. Is that upside down? Why is everything upside down? No, that looks upside down. What am I doing? Okay. Do I literally look weird? Oh, that's upside. Okay. Mother-daughter relationship. Okay. Mother-daughters. Mother. Oh, we have. No, I was gonna say like, the mothers, because this is about a mother, but like I don't think this is about a mother-daughter relationship. It's just a mother. This has a mother. Okay, no, I know what I was gonna say. This has a mother-daughter relationship, but no, I think we're gonna do Everything I Never Told You, because this is really a mother-daughter relationship book. Yes, this is really what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay, I think that's what we're going with. I want to count how many books I've picked so far later. But okay, let's see this. Upside down. Okay, sorry, my what's called battery went out. Well, it died, and so I'm charging it now. This will probably die soon because I didn't charge it that much. But I think this was the book I picked. Multi-timeline. Yes. Okay, a multi-timeline book. I don't want to read the summer. Oh wait, not the summer. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo again. I've read this literally every year since this came out, and I need to stop with this one. This is also a multi-timeline book. Let's put it in there. I do want to read this. What about this? This seems like multi-timeline because it's about this family. But I don't know what about this family it's about. I'm not reading literally anything. What about this book? I got like 3 of these books from my school's what's it called, my school's we had like a book thing and they were giving out free books, and so I got 3 of them. I don't know if this is multi-timeline though. I don't think it is. Can't tell. I should have just really thought about the fact that I'm just basically rereading books at this point. But we're gonna pick this book because I do want to reread this book. I've read it one time. I want to really understand the hype because everyone loves this book and I don't, and I want to see. How many books is that? We'll see. After picking like 2 more, we'll see how many books I have gathered. What's this? You guys are really looking at my nails right now. Let's see. Big Setting. Big Setting. I also didn't want this book. Oh. I don't want to read the women. I feel like I don't want to read the book. I don't know. Maybe I should just thug it out and just read that book. What's this about? I think I'm gonna have to read that book. Let's just sit down and just like read this book because I saying that I don't want to read it, but it's perfectly fine. Oops. No. Okay, I'm just over here struggling with these books, but like let's just read the women. It's about this world war. So it's about the Vietnam War. So it should be like a very setting heavy book. It's a historical fiction book. Yeah. Okay. I said 2 more before I look at how many I've read, how many I've picked out. Okay. What are you guys seeing? Okay. Short book. Wait, no. Yeah, God. Yeah, Jassy. Oh. I picked this for something. I don't remember what I picked this for. Let me see. Big Setting, multi-timeline. I don't know, I'm gonna pick it out for something else, and I'm just gonna switch out whatever this originally was for that and just figure it out from there, because again, I said that I would switch things around. Oh, I think that was my mental health rap thing. I think I'll just go with conversations with friends. Okay. Okay, I already looked at it when I was blowing my nose. I saw it, but it's Frederick Bachman book. We are going with the only Frederick Bachman book that, oops, the only Frederick Bachman book that I have not read, which is The Friends by him. So there's that one. How many books have I picked so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, only one more pick. Okay. Lucky number 12. And this is a pretty short one, so I haven't picked literally any of my new releases. I really wanted that. Okay, we will pick. And this is, okay, I got lucky. It's my, what's called blank card, which means that I can pick whatever I want. I really want to read Good People, so we'll pick this for that. I think I'm gonna figure out a way to read, I don't know, maybe I'll just read this during, I think I'll just read this book during the school year before summer starts. I think I do want to figure out a way. Oh wait, no, there were multiple books I wanted to read. I wanted to read these 2 books. I'm gonna figure out a way to read these 2 books. I think I'll just call one of them Flowery Writing. I don't know. I'll figure out a way to put these 2 books into my list of reads, and I'll see you guys in the next clip where I actually have picked what I'm going to read for each section. Okay, I'm basically surrounded by everything. I picked out everything based on what I wanted. And we'll start to go through them. Let me just, maybe I'll just stack them on top of here, because I think I want to have just like this place stacked with books for my summer TBR. And then if I'm not reading it, you guys can actually just look at me and say, Faith, why haven't you read this? Because this will be stacked, and every time I finish a book, I'll put it on my bookshelves. But like, I think that's how I want it. Let's put just like the books that I'm not reading here. Ooh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh no. I was thinking of replacing this with the brown book, but I didn't really like this book. I think I will eventually reread it again, because I do want to just like make a video about like weird girl fiction. I don't know if that video will come out this year or anything, but we'll change this whole thing, because this top shelf is for books I love, and I want you guys to just like see the books I'm liking. So I always put it on the top shelf. But yeah, let's start off with the brown book. Again, I already knew I was gonna go with this one. The Secret Lives of Church Girl Ladies. I've read this book before. I want to reread it. It's a short story collection. It seems like a lot of fun, and so yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of fun. I read it before, but I just want to reread a short story collection now that I've learned more about short stories. For mental health rep, I changed it up from anything that I told you guys. I said that I was gonna do Transcendent Kingdom, then I went with what was it? Conversations with Friends. I ended up going with Dances. The brother deals with addiction, and I think CC deals with an eating disorder or something along the lines of that. And so this is the mental health rep book. Old person, young person, I knew I was going to go with this book. I really want to reread this book. I literally love this book so much. I read it every year, and I don't care, because this is my favorite book ever. Like, I feel like I recently just realized just like how much I love this book. Like, before I was like, okay, this is a good book, but like now it is literally my just like best book I've ever read vibes. There's that one. Mother-daughter relationship. I said that I was going to go with this book. I'm sticking with this book. This book, this is the mother-daughter relationship is between Marilyn and Lydia, and I think that it's interesting. I want to reread this book. I've only read it once, and so of course we're going to reread it. that one. Okay, flowery writing. I'm sorry, I couldn't go with what's called Night Crawling. I've read it twice. It was an alright book or a bad. I don't even remember what it was. I remember just like very little. Well, I do remember it. I don't know. I'm not gonna go with that one for flowery writing. I feel like when I read this book at first, because this is a book of the month pick, and I was just like looking through the book of the month picks, and I didn't at first want to read this because I saw that the writing was too flowery. At least that's what I was thinking when I first read it. And now that I'm seeing that it has short chapters, I'm going back on my, oh, this is such a book with flowery writing, and I feel like that's why I'm going back on it. But I feel like it did have pretty flowery writing, at least in the very beginning. I really like how short the chapters are, and that's why I'm just like intrigued to read this book. It's about this family, because I haven't read it before. It's about this family who, maybe I should have said what the other books were about, but I don't care enough because I've read those books, so I already know what they're about. But this book is about this family, this immigrant family. I had like an immigrant story in this thing just so I could read this book, but nothing that was specifically about this book showed up. But yeah, there's a immigrant family. This is to be the perfect American family. Then we just follow everyone's, like, I guess, POV of this family. For example, like this says their family friend, another family friend here. I don't know if you guys can see that. A eternity. I don't know. I guess everything goes wrong with this family, and I really want to read this book. I'm actually going to read this sooner than later because it's looking very interesting. And I feel like even when it comes to flowery writing, it's like everything's flowery to me now because like I've been reading very simple books when it comes to books I'm reading outside of classes, so that's my excuse to read this book. There's that. Then we have the Jossie book, of course. I'm picking up Transcendent Kingdom. We also have Homecoming in the mix, but I don't want to reread that one. I love this. I have a love-hate relationship with this book, and we're gonna reread it so I can love it again. Well, so, like, I don't know. I feel like every time I walk away from that book, I love it, but like in the moment, I'm not a fan. For my blank, just like no things here book, I picked Remarkably Bright Creatures. I want to read it. Like, it's about this person who meets this octopus thing. I think she works at the aquarium. Interesting job. Sounds like an interesting book. Sprayed Edges. Got it from my college. So we're gonna read this one. And it was also feeling like a summer book. So yeah. Then second book, which meant a sophomore book, and I picked this one. I reread this every year. I'm still not tired of it, and so I'm going to continue to reread it. Then the next book we have is a yellow book. I want to reread Taylor Jenkins Reid's book because I've only read this once. I reread a Taylor Jenkins Reid's book every year. Like Taylor Jenkins Reid's, like I've been rereading too much. The Seven Husbands. I did kind of want to read this book. It's not in the lineup, but I kind of wanted to read that one. But I don't like that book. But at the same time, I don't know. It's a very short read, and I feel like one day I will like it. I won't ever like it, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to do that, but like this, I've only read it once, so might as well read it again. Let's put that up here. Hardbacks are going up over here. Softbacks here. Multi-timelined. This is a multi-timelined book. There's what it's called, the timeline where we see Joan, and she's in this well, not Joan, Vanessa, I think, I don't know, and she's in this car, like this plane crash. It's in the first chapter. Well, not plane crash, but her airspace like crash thing, like it's not going well or something. I don't know exactly what's happening, but like it's something like that. And then in the present timeline, there's also just like just like how they got to this point. And that's the story. I haven't reread this book. I've read it once. I wasn't a fan of it. Everyone's like raving about it, and I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? So I want to reread it. Also, I'm making a Taylor Jenkins Reid's video, but I've read these books enough to know my opinions on them. But at the same time, I do really want to reread them because I need to reread Taylor Jenkins Reid's books to have it in my veins. Okay. Then we have a big setting. I don't know if you can see that. That doesn't matter. You saw it before. But the winners, it's about the Vietnam War, and that seems like a very setting-esque thing. That's all I can say about it because I don't really know anything about it. So there is that. And then, this is way out of my reach, but we have Frederick Bachman's new book, My Friends. I read the whole Beartown series. I have a review on it on this channel, but I also have this book, and I just didn't want to read it close to when I read that book because Frederick Bachman has a very specific writing, and I couldn't do it again because I read like 1,600 words of it, so not words, pages of his writing. So I don't know, I needed a break, but we're gonna come out of retirement and read My Friends, which is the newest book by him. So yeah, this is, I guess, let's turn this. No, not too much. Okay, these are the books. I'm gonna always have them just like in view starting summer because I'm filming all my videos during not summer. Well, it's during spring break, but like if you guys see me like these books in my videos, you know why now. But yeah, those are all the books I'm gonna be reading during. Oh no, I was gonna say this is exactly 6 and 6, but this is 5 and 7. But yeah, you guys will see these disappearing, and that means that I'm reading them, and hopefully this helps me read more books. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.